Around 11, the four take a short break. Ravioli. I can't take it anymore. My brain's exploding. I need sugar. Papaya. Alright, colleagues. 10-minute break. Ravioli. If you go to the cafe, bring me a cappuccino. Ravioli. Sure thing. And you, Banani? Banani is busy fixing an IT problem. Banani. Distracted. Ah, yeah. Bring me one too. Ravioli heads off to the cafe around the corner. Papaya decides to watch a soccer match. Papaya. Today's the Capo Polis Cup final. Let's see how Papayas is doing. Igor. What team is that? Never heard of it. The name reminds me of something, or rather, someone. Papaya. It's a new team, started in Serie Z, but climbed the ranks quickly. Igor. Just like Ravioli here at Nasal, thanks to your recommendation. Papaya. Quiet, Igor. Banani's losing ground. Igor. Banani. You mean like Banani Football Club? Sounds like someone here is inventing random soccer teams inspired by our names. But maybe that's just my impression. Papaya. What? You don't know Banani F.C? It's been famous for years. Igor. 4 own goals? At this rate, all we're missing are Raviolate and Igorino. Papaya. Those teams exist, but they're in the 3rd division. Now let me focus on the match. Meanwhile, Banani has almost fixed the printer issue. Banani. Here we go. This cable network should bypass the malfunctioning driver. Let me try. Banani clicks the print button, but nothing happens. Banani. Nothing? How's that possible? Meanwhile, Ravioli has already returned from the cafe, carrying a tray with 4 steaming cappuccinos. Ravioli. Hey, friends. You know what I thought? Why not offer a cappuccino to everyone? I even brought mine so we can drink together. Igor. Careful with that tray, or the observatory floor will get a cappuccino instead. Ravioli notices the cables on the floor. Ravioli. Oh. What happened here? Did you put all these cables across the room, Banani? Banani. Focused on the computer. Yes, yes. Watch your step. Ravioli carefully steps over the tangle of cables. On Papaya's monitor, the referee unjustly awards a penalty against Papayas. Papaya. Fuming, protesting at the computer. Bu. Referee, cheat ###. At the same time, Banani identifies the printing problem. Banani. Ah. Here it is, the cable. It came loose. Banani pulls the cable to reconnect it to the computer, not realizing Ravioli is stepping over it at that exact moment. The cable tightens under Ravioli's feet, he trips disastrously, and the tray tips over. All 4 steaming cappuccinos spill over Papaya's head. Papaya. Ah. It's burning. Igor. Well, Papaya, after learning the hard way not to curse and after taking that nice hot cappuccino on the head, maybe you can also call the referee of the match. Ask him to bring a couple of croissants too. Around noon, the boss summons them to his office. Behind him, 2 men dressed in black watch silently. The atmosphere is tense, every step feels like a ton of weight. Boss. Good morning. We need Nasal to confirm the official version of events. It's a matter of public safety. He hands them some folders. The dossiers contain seemingly technical data, graphs, and reports. Banani takes a folder and begins flipping through it. His brow furrows as he examines the numbers. Banani. But, these data, some measurements don't match. Look here, these values are completely different from what we collected. Papaya leans in, scrutinizing the graphs. Papaya. That's impossible, they've been altered. Ravioli shakes his head silently. Igor stands aside, watching coldly. Banani. Quietly to Papaya. We'll have to lie. Is that what they want? The meeting ends. Everyone returns to their stations. But the four ask the boss to speak in private. Papaya sets the open dossier on the boss's desk. Papaya. These data? You know better than us that it's a farce. He's asking us to lie. We cannot do this. Boss. I obey orders only. The government wants to prevent panic, and we must do our part. We don't question orders. Banani. This isn't science. It's politics. Ravioli mutters to himself. Igor watches silently. Papaya stares at the boss, his face twisted with anger and disbelief. Papaya. And the real data? Everything we've collected, all our research, to be thrown away out of fear. Boss. It's not about fear, it's about stability. Now go back to work and follow instructions. Papaya turns to Banani, the silence in the room heavy as lead. No one dares to say another word. After a moment, Igor sees one of the men in black enter the boss's office. Igor hides behind a slightly open door, eyes alert, holding his breath. Men in black. Take me to the server room. I want to check that everything is ready before we begin. Boss. Immediately. Do you want everything powered down or just the data isolated? Men in black. Isolated. No one must see what's inside, except us. Boss. Understood. I'll proceed without leaving any trace. Men in black. Good. Check the backups too, I don't want surprises. Everything must disappear except what we choose to show. The two head toward the door and Igor hides around the corner. Then he runs to tell the others what happened. Papaya. So they want to erase everything. Banani. Years of research. All gone up in smoke. Ravioli. And above all, the truth. Papaya. Sitting at the computer, starting to type. We can't let them do this. The world must know the truth. Papaya manages to access the system. Papaya. There. Hand me the USB stick, Banani. Banani. Here it is. Papaya. Done. We have a copy of the data we need. Igor, make sure it doesn't get lost. Igor. You can count on me, Papaya. Igor hides the USB stick in a secret pocket inside his shoe, behind the heel. Igor. This used to be for hiding my salary from your loan requests. The men in black leave, their shadows disappearing behind Nasal's reinforced doors. The air remains thick with tension. The boss calls Papaya, Banani, Ravioli, and Igor into his office, in secret. Boss. Good. Now it's up to you. I want to know what really happened. This is an internal investigation, no one must know. Papaya. Boss, the data, at least the most important parts, are safe. I've copied them. The boss nods, his expression serious. Boss. Nasal, as it was, no longer makes sense. But you can still find the truth. If you succeed, I know someone who can bring it to the public. Banani. So, just us. Boss. You are the ones who can understand what happened. Everything depends on you. It's not just science, it's the truth, and if you manage to find it, the world must know it. The scientists exchange a glance. There is fear, but also determination. Igor, as always, silent, observes every detail. Ravioli. So, here we go. Again. Papaya grips the USB drive in his hands, aware of the weight of responsibility. Papaya. Then, let's begin. That very evening, the four gather in Banani's garage. Papaya. This is vital. We need to check those data again to see if there's anything unusual. Banani. Okay. I'm ready. Hand me the USB. Papaya. What USB? Igor. There, he's lost it. Ravioli. The USB. The one you smuggled from Nasal. Papaya. Ah. That USB. Yes, I have it, if only I knew where. Igor. Papaya, go home and check the fridge. Papaya follows Igor's suggestion. He returns empty-handed. Papaya. Nothing. Not even there. Ravioli. This is serious. Banani. When was the last time Chantilly called you? Papaya. Ah, yes. I was about to take a shower. I had the USB in my hand, I put it down to grab the shampoo. Igor. Mystery solved. I hope it's waterproof. Papaya. Ah. So that's why that shampoo bottle was in my pocket. Ravioli. Run. Papaya goes home again and finds the USB on the shower shelf. He then returns to the garage and hands it to Banani. Igor. Perfect. Now we can start, before someone decides to take a bath in cold coffee. Banani scrolls through the data for the umpteenth time. The radar readings, measurements from the space station, every log, all normal. No anomalies, nothing that could explain the disappearances. Banani. There's nothing, really nothing. Everything seems perfectly normal. Ravioli sits aside, yawning, trying to hide his fatigue. Ravioli. So, that means it was nothing. Papaya runs a hand through his hair, eyes fixed on the screen. Papaya. That means, what happened leaves no trace in the data. As if, it never happened here. Igor, silent until now, leans toward the screen. Igor. Or maybe something is happening that our instruments can't detect. And we're looking in the wrong place. Banani shrugs, frustrated. Banani. So where do we look? Everything seems normal, yet. Ravioli sighs, pouring himself another coffee. Ravioli. Yet the world has gone crazy. Everyone disappeared, and here we are, with the radars pretending nothing happened. Then Ravioli has an idea. Ravioli. What do the disappeared people have in common? Do you know anyone? Banani. My next door neighbor. Retired engineer. Calm. Didn't even travel. Papaya. One of my former professors. Mathematician. Lived alone. Had no enemies. Igor. I heard about a bartender. The one under the observatory. Definitely not a science genius. Ravioli. A distant cousin of mine. Bricklayer. Didn't even know how to turn on a computer. Banani. So nothing. Different ages. Different professions. Ravioli scratches his head. Ravioli. There's no pattern. Or at least, not yet. Igor. There is one strange thing. No one at Nasal disappeared. Banani. Right. Neither technicians nor researchers. Ravioli. What does that matter? Igor. What do they have in common? They're all scientists. Silence. Papaya stands and grabs his laptop. Papaya. I have an idea. He types quickly. A blank page opens. He types again. Error. Banani leans over. Banani. What are you doing? Papaya. The Creationist Scientist's website. It should be here. But it won't open. He tries again. White screen. No results. Papaya. Impossible. He tries once more. Still nothing. Ravioli. Maybe it's offline. Papaya shakes his head. Papaya. No. It's been blocked. The government made it disappear.